Governor Bobby Jindal. So let's listen in.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you, Reverend, for that beautiful prayer. Senator Walsworth leaned forward to me after he was finished speaking and said, "There's really nothing more you need to say after that." I said, "Amen." Unfortunately, you still have to listen to the speech. Mr. Speaker, Mr. President, my fellow statewide elected officials, members of the legislature, my wife Supriya, honored guests, my fellow Louisianians, thank you. 3 short months ago, we all gathered outside this building. We all gathered with a great deal of anticipation. We all came filled with hope and driven by the need for change. We stood together at the beginning of a new administration and a new legislature with a conviction that we could do better. In just a matter of weeks, you've turned that hope into accomplishment. You've turned that expectation into historic achievement. We set out to dramatically transform our state, and we've begun to do exactly that. In 2 special sessions, you have made more progress than many legislatures in other states make in their entire terms. But instead of just resting on that success, we will press on. For there is much to do and there is no time to waste. We come from many backgrounds, different communities, different parties, but we all agree on one central point. Louisiana is the best place in the world to raise a family. Yet today, that quality of life is threatened by economic challenges, some products of neglect, some brought to us by global forces we cannot control. Our state's response to those challenges will determine the fate of Louisiana for years to come. We have made a great start. We've dramatically transformed the reputation of our state by passing some of the strongest ethics reforms in the country. We work towards the gold standard, and in fact, our reforms now rank us above all other states in disclosure and among the best in almost every other category. We send a clear signal to the nation that Louisiana is not only open for business, but we are serious about long-ranging, far-reaching reform, so our young people don't have to leave home to pursue their dreams. But we didn't stop with changes to the way we run our government. We came back in another special session and we directly addressed a burdensome tax structure that had been left alone for far too long. You heard me describe it as the best gift we could give our neighboring states. We got rid of those taxes that deter investment in our state, that limit the growth of our existing Louisiana businesses. We invested hundreds of millions of dollars in economic development on priorities like roads, bridges, ports, and coastal restoration. And we made comprehensive common sense reforms by dedicating our transportation fees to transportation needs. We also acted as responsible stewards of taxpayer money and assisted future generations of Louisianians by paying down debt to our teachers, to our state employees on their retirement system, and by investing in the maintenance and the upkeep of our educational institutions. We have every right to be proud of what we've done, but there is so much more to do. We cannot rest until we've created a new Louisiana where every young person has an opportunity to get a high-paying job, start a great career, get a quality education, access the best health care, and raise a family in a safe community. From the very first day, I've promised you that we would work together, Republican and Democrat, North and South, because Louisianians have been demanding that we speak with one voice and move our state forward. We said we'd work together, and we did. We threw away the old divisive politics of the past, and you've heard me say this, the people of Louisiana won. The Monroe News-Star said, to quote, that our work was a resounding success, and we succeeded in spite of the work of our opponents and the catcalls of the cynics. The skeptics said we couldn't pass the gold standard of ethics reform in Louisiana, but we did. They doubted that we could invest in our state's priorities while keeping a check on spending, but we did. Some said that Louisiana couldn't change its stripes and make a new start, but we did. And now, after our recent successes in ethics reform and tax reform, we must take the next step forward, the third step, an overhaul of our workforce development system. Just as we did with ethics reform, we must set our bar high. We cannot be satisfied until our workforce is the most skilled and desired in the world. We can't settle for less. There was a time when our state merely competed with our neighboring states for new jobs. Now we compete with provinces in every corner of the world. We must be up to that challenge, and that first test comes today. Literally, as of today, we have nearly 100,000 vacant jobs, job opportunities across our state, thousands and thousands of jobs, many in the growing industries of transportation, healthcare, manufacturing, construction. And that's great news. But now for the bad news. The bad news is that our employers, Louisiana's employers, are struggling to fill these positions, and year after year, more of these positions sit vacant. At the same time that these positions sit vacant, tens of thousands of Louisianians leave our state every year to pursue their dreams elsewhere. You've heard me say our greatest exports, not our oil and gas, our crops, our manufactured products. It's the sons and daughters of Louisiana who feel like they have to leave home to pursue their dreams elsewhere. It is great that our state's unemployment is now at its lowest point in 30 years. But despite that, thousands of Louisianians are still outside the labor force entirely. This combination of existing job vacancies with a high percentage of Louisianans entering the workforce has a name. It's called the training gap. We have open jobs and willing workers. We must bring the two together. The training gap has a ripple effect across our entire economy. It stretches from new businesses looking to invest here to our existing businesses who can't find the workers they need to grow and succeed, and to the families that are forced to leave Louisiana to find opportunity. And make no mistake, in today's fast-moving and today's portable economy, a company that needs to grow will grow. The only question is whether Louisiana reaps that benefit or one of our competitors does. We must solve the training gap to make sure that Louisiana is the solution and not the problem for growing companies. Currently, 84% of the job opportunities in Louisiana require a 2-year degree or less. And yet only 12% of our high school graduates receive an associate's degree. Future job projections show that over half of the new jobs created over the next 6 years are going to require a 2-year degree. If we don't dramatically transform the way that we train our high school graduates, the gap between the skills of our workforce and the work will widen further and will cripple our economy. More Louisiana families will continue to leave our state in search of opportunities to pursue their dreams. That changes starting now. The answer is not complicated. In fact, we've already seen glimpses of it here already in Louisiana. I want to tell you a story. I want to tell you briefly about Scott Guitro of Santamon in Ascension Parish. Scott began working in construction after high school in 1999. He did odd jobs, and because of the shortage of work, he frequently had to travel for work and was even laid off for a few months at a time. Scott had started a family. He had 4 daughters. His frequent job changes and traveling were becoming a strain. Scott was in search of something better. In 2002, he applied for a scholarship to enter the P-TECH program. He was fortunate he got one of these scholarships that paid for his books, his tuition, his other fees. 6 months after Scott graduated from the program, the 2-year program at River Parish's Community College, he was hired by Shell Chemical to work as a process technician. Today, he says, and I quote, "I now have a career instead of a job." He no longer travels for work. He even went back to school. He went on to get a Bachelor's of Science in Petroleum Services from Nichols and an associate's degree in safety technology. Scott and his family are here with us today. Scott, please stand and please join me in welcoming him to our chamber. With your help and hard work, more Louisianians can follow Scott's same road to success in life. Scott, you got my prayers. I've only got 1 daughter. I can't imagine raising 4. In this session of the legislature, our efforts to transform our workforce will focus on 5 key areas. And I've got to emphasize to you, this is our top priority in this session. First, we must prioritize our community and technical college programs to meet the demands of employers. Now, let me be clear, government cannot and should not work alone to accomplish this goal. We must partner with the business community, with high schools, technical schools, local communities to be as effective as possible in training our workers. Let me give you another great success story. When the community of Lake Charles realized they needed workers with process plant technology training, McNeese University worked with local plants. They developed a bachelor's degree program in this area. The same thing is also happening right now at Suella, where ConocoPhillips is funding a new process technology facility. Enrollment at Suella has gone from just 100 students 4 years ago to currently more than 400 students, with more expected next year. To effectively establish these kinds of centers of excellence at our community and technical campuses to focus on key industries in each economic region, we need to match the needs of our employers to the skills of our workers. For this to work, we must immediately begin to invest $10 million annually to fund these high-demand, high-cost training programs, which will meet market demands and employment projections. We must also guarantee to Louisiana employers that if you hire somebody with a degree or a certificate from one of our technical colleges, we will guarantee you they'll be ready to work on day one. What a day one guarantee means to our employers, to our students, to our workers, is that if you're hired on that first day, you'll have the skills you need to get to work right away, or we'll retrain you for free. That's how confident we are in our programs. We also, however, need to change our higher education funding formulas. I've heard from many of you, and I know you've seen it in your communities. We have to change our funding formulas to reward high-demand, high-cost programs. It makes no sense what we do today. It makes no sense for technical colleges. Today, they can make money offering programs for nail technicians while they lose money training the nurses and the welders that are so desperately needed by our communities. That's the first thing we need to do. Secondly, to transform our workforce development efforts, we must establish the Louisiana Fast Start program. We must be able to quickly respond to workforce opportunities and challenges in the state. The Fast Start program will provide customized workforce solutions for businesses, will enable Louisiana workers to attend classes, expedited classes and training so they can more immediately meet the changing needs of our economy. We must make sure that Louisiana is better and faster at getting new or expanding employers off the ground. We must make sure we're better than any other state or province in North America. We've got to move at the speed of business, not the speed of government. The third thing we must do, we must maximize the role of business in our workforce training programs. We need to tear down the current structure to build a redesigned, well-coordinated system geared towards the 21st century workforce. In order to do this, we must replace the existing Department of Labor. This will move Louisiana more towards a business-minded approach to workforce programs driven by the needs of local employers and away from a bureaucratic system. Simply put, it's time to put businesses and workers, not bureaucrats, in the driver's seat. Fourth thing we have to do, we must implement a high school redesign plan to expand the career options of high school students. We must allow them earlier participation in community and technical college programs. Many of our kids drop out of high school before completing without an idea of what career paths await them. Or even worse, they struggle to remain in the workforce at all because they're not aware of the training options and opportunities available to them. That changes starting now. I'm including $4 million in this year's budget to enhance dual enrollment programs for our high school students so they can get technical training for free even before they graduate. As a former head of a University of Louisiana president, as somebody who was born in Baton Rouge because my mother came here to attend LSU, I love it when children go to universities. I think that's a great thing. I think we should encourage our students to go to universities. The ones that want to go, the ones that are ready to go, make sure they're taking honors courses. Make sure they're taking AP courses. Make sure that we fully fund TOPS. Make sure we fund our universities at the Southern average. Give them every opportunity to succeed. But let's admit to ourselves the reality that not every child is going to a university. We must also provide a path to opportunity for these students through dual enrollment programs beginning even before and when they're still in high school. My budget calls for investing $4.5 million in skill-based training to meet the rising demand for a technology-skilled workforce. Fifth and finally, we must recruit and train new workers to fill the nearly 100,000 existing vacant jobs we have today. We must also reach out to those Louisianians currently outside of our workforce, many of whom are unemployed or underemployed. We must make sure that we match the demands of our businesses. They can help us do that. They may lack the exact skills they need, or they may be unaware of the many opportunities for their employment. We need to reach out to them as well. These are the 5 fundamental components to transforming our workforce training system in this session. Some of these reforms have been discussed before, but none of these reforms can wait for another generation or another year while the gap between the skills of our workforce and the demands of our businesses grows wider. This must change. That change begins now. We have other challenges and opportunities as well. In addition to overhauling our workforce development programs, we must also tackle other challenges facing our state in this session. By working towards a new Louisiana where every child has access to a high-quality education, every Louisianian has access to affordable health care, and every family can raise their children in a safe community. The vital foundation for workforce training, of course, is a great education. It is critically important that we continue to support early childhood education to prepare our children for a lifetime of success. By increasing funding by $2.5 million for the LA4 program in this budget, we'll provide more children with the opportunity to enroll in an instructional day program that teaches them reading and writing even before they enter school. Thanks to the legislature's previous support of this program, Louisiana currently ranks in the top 10 states in the country. We rank in the top 10 states in the country for funding of early childhood education. Yet unfortunately, we still rank among the worst in the country when it comes to students' reading and math scores. Investing in the Ensuring Literacy and Numeracy for All program will train our school readers and reading and math specialists to better prepare our students struggling with their reading and math skills. We know that one of the best ways to ensure our children gets a high-quality education is to put a good teacher in every classroom. Yet half of our new teachers are leaving Louisiana's public schools within 5 years of graduating. One of the top reasons they cite for leaving is the environment in the classroom. On yet another national list, Louisiana ranks 39th out of 40, second to last when it comes to discipline in our classroom. That changes starting now. We must give our teachers the confidence that we will stand behind them when they do their jobs. Despite the existing laws on the books, too many of our teachers do not feel protected today. We must pass a Teacher's Bill of Rights to reaffirm the rights of our teachers to teach and to discipline. They need the support of their principals, of their superintendents, of their school board members, but most importantly, the support of we, the parents. Schools should be safe havens for students and places of learning and growth. To send this message loudly and clearly, we must also double the penalty against anyone who assaults a teacher in the classroom. And while we reaffirm our support for teachers in the classroom, we must also respect teachers and their pay. Last year, the legislature raised teacher pay to the Southern regional average, and I commend you for doing that. Louisiana's 2008 High School Teacher of the Year, Michelle Roy, who teaches at the Louisiana School for Agricultural Science in Bunkie, is here with us today. Michelle, please stand and please join me in welcoming her to our Capitol. I want to thank Michelle and all the teachers that work so hard every day to train our children, to train our students. But in order to keep excellent teachers like Michelle in every classroom, my budget commits more than $70 million to teacher pay raises. This funding gives every teacher in our state a pay raise of at least $1,000. In addition, we must also give additional incentives to our teachers by providing school districts with flexible funding to reward outstanding teachers or to provide teacher incentives to meet unique needs. For example, flexible funding of $20 million can be used by the school districts to recruit teachers in subjects where we consistently lag behind, such as math and science. Unfortunately, not every child in our state today has an equal opportunity to get a quality education. Too many families, particularly those in low-income areas, are forced to send their kids to a failing school simply because of their zip code or their bank balance. That too must end. No child in America and no child in Louisiana should be trapped in a failing school. That changes starting now. My budget calls for investing $8.5 million in the recovery school district so that students falling behind can participate in extended day programs and receive one-on-one instruction to bring them back up to grade level. We must also provide educational scholarships to parents in Orleans Parish who often have no choice for their children other than the local failing school. These scholarships follow a very simple and pure American principle, that every child has an equal right to good opportunities and a good education. By reforming education in Louisiana, by expanding access to early childhood education, investing in teacher salaries, and putting discipline back in the classroom, we will see the difference in our workforce, in our court system, and in our neighborhoods. But most importantly, we'll see the differences in the faces and the futures of young lives. As we work towards a new Louisiana, the current challenges in our healthcare system also cannot be overlooked. The health and welfare of our people provides the foundation for all the other accomplishments in our state. Louisiana currently ranks 4th worst in non-emergency use of emergency rooms. We must provide better primary and preventative care so our people don't end up in these emergency rooms unnecessarily. We can save thousands of lives and hundreds of millions of dollars. As one example, too many people with mental health issues today are slipping through the cracks and ending up in our emergency rooms and our criminal justice system. The broken pieces of our mental health care system affect nearly every Louisianian. The problem is especially acute in New Orleans. New Orleans officials estimate that the annual suicide rate has more than tripled since Hurricane Katrina. The World Health Organization estimates there are tens of thousands of people in the storm-affected region that today have a serious mental illness. That changes starting now. We must take a comprehensive approach to addressing this crisis, an approach that incorporates the needs of patients, law enforcement, and the community as a whole. Last week, I announced Nicola's Law, named after New Orleans officer Nicola Cotton, who was shot and killed by a mentally ill patient in New Orleans just months ago. Nicola's Law will require a patient to receive the help they need even when they themselves will not voluntarily do so. In this budget, we're also including more than $89 million in additional funding for mental health care, including more than $26 million for new initiatives like crisis intervention centers and receiving centers, funding for 100 inpatient beds and mental health care emergency room extensions. This budget also provides more than $60 million towards fully funding other state and federal mental health programs. Thanks to your hard work, Louisiana currently ranks we rank 10th best. We're in the top 10 in the nation for providing health insurance for low-income children. This budget also provides $10 million in funding to allow more of our children to receive health insurance through the LACHIP, Louisiana Children's Health Insurance Program. Studies show that up to 100,000 Americans every year, may die from avoidable errors, and also that nurses spend an hour filling out paperwork for every hour they provide care in many of our hospital settings. That changes starting now. We're providing more than $18 million to assist physicians and rural hospitals with the implementation of electronic medical records. And we're beginning an initiative called e-prescribing that allows secure electronic access and the use of a patient's medical records to prevent errors and to help physicians make more informed decisions. The development of the Louisiana Health Information Exchange will provide a seamless flow of patient data from hospitals, insurance companies, and physicians across the state to ensure the highest level of patient care. You know, so often we've got a healthcare system that's drowning in paper. We've got an opportunity to move Louisiana to the head of the country when it comes to providing the latest, most efficient, most effective technology. To increase access to affordable health care in our state, we must also provide patients access to information that allows them to make the best decisions about their own health care. The Louisiana Healthcare Consumers' Right to Know Act will empower consumers with access to information about health care costs and quality. Today, you can go online, you can get more information about cars, restaurants than you can about health care. We need to change that starting in Louisiana. Now, I've already listed many priorities here, but I know that each of you has already campaigned on many ideas of your own. I look forward to working with you to implement these ideas, especially in the area of capital outlay reform. We know we need to make that process more transparent and accountable. Lastly, our new Louisiana must be a place where our kids can grow up in safe communities, far away from those who wish to do them harm. As a father of 3 young children, I can't overstate the importance of taking every effort to keep our kids safe from violent criminals and sexual predators. You know, as your governor, I get to meet a lot of amazing people across this great state. One of the joys of being your governor is I get to travel the state. I've met grandparents and great-grandparents proud of their families. I've met newborn babies literally days after they've been born. Had a chance to meet the LSU Tigers after they won a national championship. I get to travel this great state and meet your constituents, families, and friends day in and day out. I want to tell you about one meeting that made a special impression upon me. I met a young man who was so proud to come to the state capitol and come meet his governor. Put on his Sunday best. He had a blazer on, a tie. He was about 10 years old. Probably been scrubbed about an inch of his life. Probably never been that clean before in his life. So excited. Got to see where Huey Long was shot. Got to come in here and y'all applauded him and recognized him for being a hero, and he really is a hero. This little boy talked about some atrocities that were committed on him that should never happen to any little boy or little girl in our state. And thanks to his courage, a man that deserves to be in jail is in jail. Thanks to his courage, other little boys came forward and talked about the awful nightmare that had happened to them as well. And I still remember talking to that boy's parents. and promising him we would do everything we possibly could to make sure that we did more to protect Louisiana's children so that other parents would not have to endure this nightmare. He was a brave little boy. He was a hero, and you were right to applaud him, and I was proud to tell him that we were proud of what he did. You know, some people get so excited, they're so proud, you can go online and find out where these monsters live block by block in your neighborhood. That doesn't impress me. What impresses me, I look forward to the day where you go online, find out these monsters all live in one place in Angola, far away from our children. It is absolutely ridiculous, the minimum sentence for those monsters that prey on our children through the internet, that molest a juvenile, in some cases, is as little as a year. In this session, we must increase the penalties. We must increase the penalties on those predators that prey on our children. 1 year for taking the innocence of a child. 1 year. That is inexcusable. We must change that. We must double, we must triple these sentences for those that harm our children, especially those offenders that prey on our kids through the internet. In this session, we're calling to increase the minimum sentence for computer-aided solicitation of a minor from 1 year to 5 years when the victim is 13 or older, that's a minimum, and to a 10-year minimum when the victim is 12 years or younger. And once someone is convicted of a sex crime, we should require them to register as a sex offender for the duration of their life, not just the current 15 years, but their entire lives. Victims have to live their entire lives with a memory of what happened to them. Perpetrators should not face a lesser sentence. We must double the perimeter around our schools, our parks, to protect our children from sex offenders. Let's send a message loudly and clearly. If you want to hurt a child, if you want to molest a child, if you want to prey on children, if you want to abuse them through the internet, you should not do it in Louisiana. Here you will suffer the strictest of consequences, not just for 1 year, not just for 2 years, but for the rest of your life. The budget also includes $6.5 million for an additional 50 Louisiana State police officers. This will increase the patrol trooper strength to 657 across the state. We need to do more to provide safe communities, safe neighborhoods for our families. Yet again, we come back to Baton Rouge with an ambitious agenda to tackle, to take yet another bold step towards our new Louisiana. We know we have to first and foremost dramatically transform our workforce development system. That will be our top priority, the administration's top priority in this session. We have jobs. We have workers. We must make them sync up for the good of our economy and the good of our people. We must work towards a new Louisiana where all Louisianians have access to a great education, affordable health care, and safe communities that protect them from the criminals that prey on the weakest among us. I know as we work together, just as we have before, that we can deliver more incredible victories for the people of Louisiana and for our state. We'll make Louisiana the best place in the world, the most attractive places for businesses to invest and for families to prosper. And most importantly, we'll make sure Louisiana is the best place for our sons and daughters to raise their own sons and daughters. I thank you again for your hard work. I thank you for the spirit we have here. Make no mistake, we're making history, and we're only getting started. I've said it before, and I'll say it again. Louisiana's future can change. It must change. It will change. God bless you. God bless America. God bless the great state of Louisiana.
A very wide-ranging speech by Governor Bobby Jindal.